it's late right now,
You
and I
are
live in a dorm,
perfectly fine.
so
It is currently 11:51 for me, so don't worry.
Eastern Standard
Let's
Time.
start it off.
All
Who
right.
am I speaking with right now?
Uh, I am Cole Titan Tall, Bard Extraordinaire and Trader as well. I am a wanderer that has is I'm probably one of the most well-traveled people on the server, I would like to think, at this point.
All right. Do you have any ties to any faction? Are you a part of any faction at all?
I am completely independent. I have no ties to any faction whatsoever except a potential partnership with the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, all right. Have you had your own place to live, or have you been settling somewhere specifically?
Nope. I am completely homeless. Everything I own is in my bags.
Oh,
So I'm very I carry a lot of stuff. I travel very light, but um I make do.
all right. What has been your goal with joining this server?
My goal in joining this server was to just be a cool guy. Have you heard about the Stoneworks Minecraft server?
Yes.
Yeah. I was part of that for a while as a nation leader, and eventually I started I was getting into college. I am in college now. Um and I just felt like I didn't really have enough time to commit to anything online like that.
Yeah.
But then I saw the Vintage Story server, and I was like super interested. I was super stoked. So I thought to myself, what what could I like fit myself into? What kind of niche can I find? And then I thought, and I remembered I really liked playing bards in D&D, and I even composed
Mm.
some of my own songs before. But yeah, I was interested in doing that. So the whitelist application that you had to do to get the server.
Yeah.
Mhm. So for that, for my character introduction, I did like a little song or like poem to introduce Cold Titan the Tall, Bard
Oh.
Extraordinaire, and everything. And so I decided I wanted to be a bard. I wanted to spread some cheer. I wanted to travel around, and I also wanted to be a trader so I could get rich.
Oh. Wow. So what's your ultimate goal
Mhm.
with uh within the server right now? What are you trying to strive for right now? What is Cole Titan's ultimate goal within this world?
Cold Titan the Tall just wants to travel around and play every song he can before eventually everything comes to an end. See all the sights, take in everything, learn all he can, and eventually, when it's time to eventually end it all with a good experience.
All
And,
right.
to share that good experience with everyone else, because that's why I sing and everything.
Okay.
And you
That
might have seen one of my performances online as well. I sung Toss a Coin to Your Witcher to Bastion Steel pretty early on in the server.
I have not, but I would like to see that at some point.
It's in Clip's channel of the main server, I believe.
All right. I'll
But semantics.
yeah. So continuing on. You say you've traveled a lot of places in the server. Could you mention some of them?
I can name all of them. Mm-hmm. All right. To date, I have traveled to. Hold on one sec. Trying to pull up a map so that I remember everything. Um, I've traveled to Norfolk, Bastion Steel, uh, Final, Last Light, Ravenspire, the Wanderers. The Wanderers Guild. I went to where the Barbarian League first had their settlement, but then they moved way down south. I visited where Silver Skillets first had their settlement, but then I think they moved. I have no idea what happened to them, honestly. I'm not that informed about them. I visited Aberdon. I visited where the Carburian League relocated. I visited Casthaven. I visited Arstatska. I visited what else? I visited the Church of the Lightbringers. I visited Fairhine. I haven't visited Trinity Hold yet, and that's one of the big things I actually want to go to. But besides that, that's all of the places I've been to. No, I haven't been to Karava. I don't really have it filled up on the map, but I was close by.
Have you been to VSCU?
Who?
The
Vintage
vintage.
Stew Reunion?
Yeah.
I don't think so. What are their chords?
Oh, that's a journey. They are actually around. Ooh, fuck. That's pretty far. Negative 6,700 and positive 17,000.
6,700 positive 17,000.
Southwest.
No, I have not been. I have not been anywhere
They
that far. The
are
furthest
the
I've ever gone was
furthest
Arstatska.
southern. That was the furthest southern
Yeah.
civilization.
How would they ever do that to themselves?
It's warm down there.
But no.
It's pretty good for them,
True, it is
actually,
warm out there.
considering they're farmers and cooks.
True, I will give you that. Yeah, but I've never been that far.
You
The
should.
furthest
It's
I've
a
ever gone
very
southeast was
beautiful place.
Carburian League. Maybe I will someday, honestly. I am considering it. I'm trying to figure out what I want my next journeys to be.
Right now, with how the road is looking with everything, it's straight shot
Mhm.
from here going to Spawn, and from Spawn to Aberdon, from Aberdon to Carburia, from Carburia to Trinity, and from Trinity all the way down to Karaz Grenion and
Oh
Vintage
yeah,
Stewart.
I haven't been to Trinity yet. I
Trinity is
definitely
right
want to go to
next
Trinity.
uh to the Carburean League, actually.
Really?
Yes.
Shit.
It's more
Oh, I want to
obvious
see
than
that.
you think.
No, yeah, you're right. I just realized. Huh.
Yeah, we're pretty well
But
good neighbors. Um,
I haven't
continuing.
I didn't see them at all when I went to the Carburian League, but I do know where Trinity Hold is, so
All right,
I'll have to visit.
it's beautiful. Their hold is one of,
Don't
if
spoil
not
anything.
the best places I have seen so far. Second,
And
honestly,
that's
to
saying
here.
something. Really? Oh yeah, Norfolk really is pretty.
Yeah, this
But
they've.
I honestly like the urban feel. I like the urban feel of Bastion Steel as well.
I haven't gone there yet, actually. That's my next stop while I'm up here.
Really? You
Uh,
haven't been to Bastion Steel?
I have not been anywhere up here. This is my first time being up here, as well as
Okay.
never been east. I'm
Never been east.
essentially
That's where Ostotska is.
I'm essentially doing your journey backwards,
Mhm.
and
Yeah, I
instead of
stayed
singing for
mostly
people,
north.
it's interviewing people.
Yeah. Uh, Mostly kept to the north because of pirates, obviously, in the early days.
Yeah.
So, a lot of the time, my whole travel route would be Norfolk, Bastion Steel to Ravenspire to Wanderers to the old where the Carburian League once was, and then just doing that trip on loop because I was just trying to stay away from the south.
All right. Well, now that the pirates are gone, would you like to go visit them at
Oh,
some point?
I've traveled south. I've traveled south. I will absolutely travel south now.
Oh, hell yeah. That's great to hear. I know they would love to see you
Mm.
down there.
Of course, the
So,
Carburian League actually asked me to sing for the flax during their first harvest, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it during because of real life circumstances.
Yeah. Let's see. What else? What else? Oh, denoting from you've been able to travel everywhere, what do you think is the most impressive area that you've ever been to? Be it structural
Most
wise or
impressive
people
area?
wise?
Can you give
Yep,
me a second to think?
yep.
Um, Honestly, Norfolk kind of does tickle that little vibe from me, but also I mentioned Bastion Steel a lot. I'm not affiliated with Bastion Steel, no matter how much I might glaze them a little bit. But honestly, Norfolk has that actually kind of like it feels like town has like been built around nature, while in Bastion Steel it feels like, well, it doesn't feel like, I saw them level like the entire plane like into like that flat whole area. So it definitely feels a little more kind of artificial, but I also like the urban feel that it has. And like just seeing all these structures being built and like what people are doing. Honestly, yeah, that's kind of like some of my favorite parts. Carburian League is also very pretty. I love their fields. The way they kind of like have hold on, let me get my map out real quick to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of like how their fields and like their buildings are like kind of just coincided together because obviously they worship flax and everything.
Have you been to Carburia recently?
Not recently, no, but I about 2, 3 weeks ago.
You would be impressed at what it is right now. They're currently building a new city.
I would love to see it. Really? Where? A colony or?
No, in this they're expanding the city. They're calling
Oh
it
shit! Nice.
uh I forgot the name, but it was new something. Uh some people call it Goonberg.
Interesting. Goonberg. Ah, yes, lovely Goonberg.
But
I know I would want to go there.
it's essentially a Venice in the water.
Venice. Ooh, nice.
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right.
it's been so far it's looking great. But continuing. Uh so far with your travels you've met a lot of people. Uh where do you think you've had the best experiences with people and where do you think you've had pretty bad experiences with people?
I'm gonna be honest. I've never really had a bad experience. I feel like a lot of people have been respectful and kind, very open. Having this humble bard around. Honestly, I really like Bastion Steel because of just that first big performance I did for everyone. Really just kind of felt like I was actually like a fantasy bard. Um, I also really liked when I went to Arstatska because like that was like my journey to the east. Like that was the longest I've ever been, or the furthest I've ever gone east. Uh, so maybe something like that. But honestly, just anytime I have a concert, anytime I'm singing for people, I am the happiest.
That's glad to hear. Coming from a bard, that would be very important for you, would it not?
It would, yes.
Let's see.
But what's
In
up? All right, hit me.
So you have you kept up with most of the political space and the whole uh
Um,
Discord?
not exactly. Not exactly too much right now, but I'd like to think I'm a bit informed. I always try and
Keep yourself in the loop?
stay on top of things. Yeah, keep myself in the loop. Make sure I'm not completely ignorant.
Have you heard of the recent thing that happened between the United States and Northern Alliance? Of how there was supposedly gonna be a bigger war happening?
I did hear that, yes.
What are your opinions on that? What do you think? From somebody who either has had a either one-sided perspective from it or has no real point of view of it at all.
Uh, Personally, I don't really have too much of an opinion. Um, obviously, all of these people I've come to know, they're all, I've made quite a few friends. So, so in character wise, I think people should put down their weapons, put down their petty grievances. Out of character, however, I think this could be big. I think this could definitely bring in a lot more activity and maybe even possibly rival how the first day launch was if they really do go out with war and everything. I remember the first day, apparently 600 people tried to join in at like the first like minute or so, something around that, and the queue times were like super long. I'm
Yeah.
not saying I like the queue times, but it was really fun.
Yeah, because you had
So I think it definitely
more
has a lot
people
of
to
opportunity.
interact with and such, right?
Yep. It also helped that they had the player locations on the map. They didn't add the mod that removed it, so I could just find like players on the map, see where they were all clumped. That's
Yeah.
actually what I did for Ravenspire.
Ah,
Spire, and I did that for Norfolk. I just saw where players were clumped and just went there.
yeah. Don't worry, the pirates had the same idea.
Pretty much, pretty much.
So, stemming from that, speaking of the pirates, uh, where did that bet and rivalry come from? Where did that kill
Oh
order
my
come from?
god. Okay. You want the whole? Okay, the whole
I want the
story,
details. This is why I
the
brought you
details.
here.
Do you have any food, by the way? It's gonna
Uh,
take a second.
yes, I got some pie.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
No
Okay,
problem.
so the leader of the pirates, Filthy Kitty. Do you know um the guy that does the faction diplomacy board,
Yes, I forgot his name.
Frittenberg?
Oh, it
So,
was Rittenberg.
yep. So what happened was during the faction diplomacy board early on, when at first it was only like the factions actually. Uh, Rittenberg added me as an individual onto the faction diplomacy board. Uh, Filthy Kitty, the pirate leader, uh, questioned this, saying, "Why is a single dude on there?" Replied that um, he saw me having the potential to be a fairly big part of the RP
Hmm.
and a part of the server as well. Which, honestly, at this point, I'd like to think he was correct. I'd like to think I'd have had some impact. But besides that, Filthy Kitty was like, "Oh, this dude is going to be like completely irrelevant. He's not going to be able to do anything and stuff like that." So they made a bet. Um, if I manage to put on a performance for people, get people to know my name and everything, um, the pirates would have to do something for Vinuland at the time because at the time they were Vinuland, not Trinity Hold. I think I don't know if he's part of Trinity Hold, but anyway, I think Vinuland evolved into Trinity. I forget the details, but
No, Vineland
obviously,
devolved into Kuraz Grenion. Trinity
Karaz.
Hold.
Yep. Nope. Karaz.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Trinity Hold
Trinity
is the
Hold is a different
Smith of
thing.
the
Yep.
West.
Yup. Yup. I remember now. They're Karaz Gunyan. Yep. Good call. But yeah. Uh, I eventually I this bet was made without any of my knowledge. I only learned about it like hours later when I finally was on.
Do you feel like it was
So
something good? Do you feel like you didn't want
there's
it to
more.
happen?
Real quick, let me just say a little bit more.
Okay.
So we're talking in general chat, and it gets brought up to me. I'm like, oh hell yeah, I'd love to do this. And I ping Rittenberg and say, I'm gonna make sure you win this bet. And the pirates, they're like, throw the bet, or we'll spawn kill you and torture you, and all this other stuff. I wanted to quoted from like a member of Bastion Steel that heard about it. They wanted to lynch me,
Oh,
so that was fun. Um, I think it was very interesting. I think it added stakes early on that only increased as the pirates picked up on activity. I think it was an interesting point conflict for the only early days of the server. It kept me on my toes. It actually made me think, okay, do I want to risk doing this? Do I want to risk like obviously I traveled around between towns. There was nobody to help me if I was attacked or ambushed. And
yeah.
they could see where I was on the map. So during the early days, obviously. So obviously it creates that sense of urgency to, all right, I gotta take this seriously. I gotta move between city to city, like an actual trader trying to avoid bandits and like criminals and stuff.
Alright. Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah. In the end, though, I think we can all agree, pirates were fairly toxic. Um, I was one of the people calling them out on their kind of
Behavior?
on their behavior. Like, you know the drama that happened with
Oh, yeah, I
the
think
land claim. Like they
we're
got
all informed on the pirates in the server.
yep.
It
Then
was pretty public.
yeah. But for posterity's sakes, for all your viewers.
All
But
two of them, yeah.
yep, totally. Hey man, I stream. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm not
But
even
besides that,
streaming. So hopefully
no,
YouTube
yep,
doesn't even take it down.
yep. But besides that, I think the pirates could would have been something good. I just think their mindset and the way they took it, uh, kind of doomed it into being like most of their members being banned.
You'd be surprised how many people agree with this on you. A lot of people have said
Well,
almost the
yeah,
same
everybody likes an
thing.
antagonist.
Yeah, but the way
Yeah,
that they
everyone
brought
likes
it
an
up
antagonist.
was pretty
Mm,
toxic, though, which was pretty
yeah,
sad to see.
I remember. I remember hearing someone say instead of like how they were like Rust players, um, like maybe if they were a little more goofy, maybe if they were like, give me your like 2 coins," and people could be like a little more dramatically like shaking their fists at them, like "Darn you, pirates" or something like that.
Would have been
Then
better.
it could have been a little better.
Yeah.
But it, I don't know all the information, but apparently the pirates are trying to steal people's pants, which is funny. So I don't really know how the situation devolved from there. But yeah, I'm not I'm not going to say too much. I don't know anything, and if I don't know anything, then obviously I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I might just give you wrong information.
Yeah. Um,
Hmm.
wow, that was a lot. You went through a lot with them, huh?
Yeah, no, we definitely a bit. In some ways, I kind of miss it, but in others, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I did not have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Because knowing them, they would have called me like racial slurs and stuff. So,
Oh, most definitely. Uh,
hmm
do you think that with the pirates gone and regarding the whole PvP being actively banned right now, because of the lack of moderators and a couple other factors, not just that, do you think that it's a good thing, or do you think it would be a better thing to have PvP brought back into the server? Like having the ability to do so,
yeah,
as not even the
yeah,
ability to do so
yeah,
right
and
now.
I get, no, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. I'm thinking to give you a good answer. I think PvP is an important part of this server. I think it adds stake and threat where there would be none otherwise. Uh, I'm not going to say too much though about the running of the server. I don't know what closed doors I've had to help run, not like vintage story servers or anything like that, but I have been in like a moderator role before, so I know a little bit of like, obviously you have a whole bunch of stuff going on, but I don't want to say too much because I don't know anything.
Yeah,
What
I
about
get
you?
that. Me personally, I think that they shouldn't force PvP, but at the same time, they shouldn't completely
Yeah, no.
remove it. I
I think it should
feel
be.
like it should be
Yeah.
an organic thing to happen. Because, like, right now, I see it as
Mm-hmm.
this is one thing, this is one topic that I've essentially brought up to almost all of my people that I've interviewed up until you, is
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we're all making armors, weapons, and gear for combat that essentially cannot
But we
happen
have
because
nothing
if
to use
not,
them on.
exactly, because if you try to use them on something, you'll get banned. There's
Mm-hmm.
no reason to build walls or these giant castles to defend yourself because there's nothing to defend against. Because
Mm-hmm.
either
Yeah, no,
nobody
I
is
get you.
willing to fight, and those who are willing to fight cannot because they are actively limited by the rules.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
think
You
it's
know how it
pretty
is.
sad considering a lot of the people came into the Vintage Story Civilization server to play society. Conflict is a part
Yeah.
of what makes
Natural, yeah.
society grow. It's natural.
Yeah, yeah.
Do
But
you
besides
think
that, because I think I might log off in a little bit. Do you have any more questions?
one final note. Uh
Mm-hmm.
Regarding you said that you also trade around. Have you been mostly bartering or have you utilized any coinage from any of the actions or currencies?
Um, Obviously early on, we bartered. We bartered and we used rusted gears. Uh,
Yeah.
but it was a lot of bartering. But I made a pretty solid profit with rusted gears. Now I carry with me narcs and rusted gears to kind of, because the exchange rate right now is like uh two rusted gears to one narc.
Okay. Um Do you have you found any success in trading with Nart coins outside of the vicinity of Bastion Steel?
Yeah, a lot of people take them.
A lot of people
It's
have taken.
just that one of the funny things is I went to Cascaven trying to sell stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't have narcs. It's just like a lot of the people I wanted to trade with didn't have actual narcs on them.
From what I've
So
talked with people about, it seems to stem from the fact that Bastion Steel is scared of inflation happening, even though there is no inflation
yes,
that can happen if nobody can get their hands on the coins.
Well, yeah, they also have a limited stock. Last I, from what last week, I believe they said there was only like 6,000 coins minted. I don't know what it's at right now, but they have a
That was
whole
today.
spreadsheet. Yeah, they have. Huh?
That was today.
6,000 today? That
Yeah,
doesn't sound right. It must have meant more.
maybe.
Well, they have. Well, anyway, they've got a whole spreadsheet for it, like how much is
Hmm.
being made, uh, who has stuff like that.
I just
So,
feel like the way that they have managed their currency right now is outright just pretty poor because
mm,
they've a lot of people have entered Bastion Steel to trade with them. A lot of people in Bastion Steel refuse to trade with you if you have anything but Narc coins. Like for example, this is a quote from another person I
mm,
interviewed. They said that they had a group of people that went up to Bastion Steel to trade leather with them in exchange for stuff. They didn't even bat an eye.
hmm.
They said they were, quote, too busy to trade with them. So they came over and
I mean,
traded with
sometimes
them
that
instead.
happens. I
Yeah,
mean, it happens. I mean, there's nothing too much to go off it, but that's not my place, neither here nor there. I've had pretty good experience overall.
as well as not just that only encounter, a second encounter where somebody went up and had Trinity Hold's currency with them, and they refused to accept it in their
I
trade.
don't know the. Yeah, no, I've never sold currency ever, so um, I don't really have anything to say about that. Uh, Unfortunate maybe, but I don't think anyone knows where their currency sits compared to. Because the narc feels like it's setting up as the kind of like a baseline currency along like rusted gears a little bit maybe.
Yeah. I've seen also a lot of people using copper nuggets or copper bits as
Copper
a copper
copper
bits.
bits.
Yeah, as a form of currency. Outside of the Bastion Steel perimeter, I've seen a lot of people using copper bits. One of the first people who started
Really?
this entire thing was Kaiser himself.
Really?
Yeah,
I did not know. Well, do you have any more questions? Because I think I'm gonna start heading now.
that
I
is
just have a little bit of business I'm trying to take care of
that is
before I go.
perfectly fine. No, do you have any closing statements that you would like to add to this before you leave off? Anything you would like to say to the people?
I'm gonna have to be really quiet, but take a seat. Oh,
Mhm.
you're already sitting down. Hi, friends and companions, come join me in rhyme. Lift up your voices in chorus with mine. Come lift up your voices, all grief to refrain. For we may or might never all meet here again. Here's a health to the company, and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may or might never all meet here again. Here's a health to the dear lass. that I love so well, for her style and her beauty, none can excel. There's a smile on her countenance as she sits on my knee. There's no man in this wide world as happy as me. Here's a health to the company, and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain, for we may or might never all meet here again. Our ship lies at anchor, she's ready to dock. I wish her safe landing without any shock. If ever I should meet you by land or by sea, I will always remember your kindness to me. Here's a health to the company, and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain, for we may or might never all meet here again.
Absolutely beautiful. Well, Cole, thank you so much
Thank you.
for your time. And
No problem.
anything you would like to say to the viewers before you go?
Uh, I think that about sums it up.
All right. Well, thank you
Alright.
for your time, and I hope to see you around.
Thank you for this opportunity. It was really fun. We
Of
should chat
course,
again sometime. Hit me up.
will do. Most definitely will do.